Nithyananda. How was I affected by the scandal? It has been a very difficult year for me this year. In the month of February, my mother fell down and she developed a hairline fracture in her hip bone. I got a phone call and I spoke to her, and she immediately commanded me to come right away at the earliest possible. I had just returned from India just about 2 months back after spending 3 beautiful months with her. That was the most special moment of my life. After 22 years of marriage, the first time I was just alone with my mother, and I had enjoyed really special moments with her, and I'm very grateful for that. When I came back, after her call, when I reached India, I saw her. I was aghast at seeing her. I had never seen her in that state before, and it was just too painful for me to watch her like that. And I prayed to Swamiji intensely. I said, if this is her time, please take her away. I can't see her like in this state. Or just heal her and get her out of it. And I very strongly felt Swamiji's presence with me. And it was so beautiful because the next morning she just kind of slipped away so beautifully, painlessly. She was gone. And after she was gone, I had the courage to face, even though she was gone, I was not sad at that moment. And I was very strong, and I was able to face all the events which took place. We were in mourning, rest of my siblings arrived. And after spending 10-11 days in mourning, on the last day when we were having the ceremony to end the rituals, in the morning I was in the kitchen when my sister-in-law walks in with the newspaper heading, and she stormed kind of into the kitchen. Did you hear what has happened to your Swami? And I was just aghast at what she told me, and I immediately sat down and read the newspaper article, and my first instinct was to just rush to my computer and send an email to Swamiji. I could not believe what was happening. I knew deep inside that these were all allegations which were put to ruin and decimate his image, his reputation, and the foundation, because the foundation had been growing so rapidly. He had been touching and transforming so many lives that there were a lot of jealousy created amongst many others who could not see this growth. Those were my first moments, and for me it was like from both sides. I had just lost my mother, and then I had to go through and watch the persecution of my guru. It was a very, very difficult moment for me. And the way I dealt with it is by just withdrawing into myself. I just went into silence. I did not want to talk about it to anybody or share anything with anyone. I had nothing to say to anybody. Fortunately, because I had lost, we all were facing a loss. My siblings also knew I was very close to my guru, very committed and sincere, and so they never questioned me on that front. It never came up. And I had to return back to the US with this pain in my heart. The only medium I had was the internet to find out what was going on. Occasionally, I would be frequently calling up the ashram and finding whoever was there to get any bits of news that I could about what was really happening. That was the one moment in my life that I felt so helpless. I felt our Guru needs us now. And look at us, how useless we are. What useless disciples. We can do nothing for him. I really felt that I should be back in India. I should be fighting. I should be fasting. I should be doing something to make my voice heard. That we are not quiet and we're not just going to take it sitting down. And I really felt helpless. financially, for the first time I felt that it is very important for us to be financially independent. I really felt the loss this time. I've never felt that throughout my life, that I didn't have everything that I wanted, I got, but this time I really felt that I should have been working. I should have had my own money so I could take my own decisions and do what I wanted. And it was a difficult moment. The only way was the internet, and there is no way to connect with like-minded people. You never knew who you were talking to, what they were, where they were coming from. The only source was the blog spots on the internet, where we were trying to share and connect with each other and support each other. And in one of these blogs, by exchanging emails, we found out that we must take some action. Got together with a group of like-minded people, and we decided that we must file a petition. And it was amazing. That night I was tired and wanted to sleep, and then I suddenly woke up from my bed and came back, and I'm like, no, just now I have to write this petition. Nobody else was doing it, and I just decided. And it was amazing how the words just flew. I have never done this before, but I was just able to write it effortlessly, and I shared it with the group, and they thought it was wonderful. And that was the petition we drafted, and we circulated it all around the US, and all over the world actually. All the devotees, whoever was interested, to sign that petition and send it and collect. So that was the only source that we could show of our support, to support our guru. There was all kinds of nonsense being written about him, being talked about on the internet, over the phone people were talking, and it was extremely disturbing, very painful, and most of all helplessness. I really felt very helpless that I am not able to contribute or do anything to stop this. Watching the video clippings on YouTube, just small glimpses of Swamiji at Haridwar, in Himachal Pradesh, at the airport, just getting a glimpse of him and seeing his expressions, it was extremely painful, very, very painful to see how they were treating our guru, and with what disrespect he was being shoved and pushed and around, and he was just taking it all with a smile on his face. And all of us, his disciples, useless people, fools, we were just watching it all and letting it happen. That was it was deeply painful. It was very, very disturbing. I was the happiest person to find out that the bail was granted and he was going to be back at the ashram. That was all I was praying for. And I was able to get that news that within the next half an hour he was going to be at the ashram. I was hoping they would turn the camera on at the temple so we all could have a glance. But I had to wait to come here till Guru Purnima to actually see him. So for me, it was an inward journey of just silence, and it did give me the courage to face and get over, maintain my vitarka and just keep my strong connection with my guru, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Thank you.